What's up everybody? My name is Nate. Welcome to the channel. This is a bit different. This is a perfumery making video. I'm gonna do the actual concept, and then I'm gonna take it to the lab, kitchen table. I'm gonna actually make it up, smell it on camera, and give my thoughts at how this went. So, but I just want to kind of take you through the process of my thinking of how to make a perfume. All right, so here we are in the perfume calculator that was made by BK Sense on YouTube. He's a great resource if you're looking to get into perfumery making. And basically, I'm not gonna walk through like what this does, you know. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's a video that BK Sense did that explains this whole thing. So so the concept of, so I have it up here, Eye of the Storm. That's the name of the fragrance that I'm thinking of. And basically what I want this fragrance to replicate, or not replicate, but kind of come to close, is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This fragrance is so good, and I want to really kind of craft mine around this concept. It smells so good. It's rich vanilla, it's benzoin, it's fresh and lively, but it's also got this jasmine character in there, and it's got like this smoky frankincense kind of thing going on in there. I love this stuff so much, and I would love to have my own. This is my brand Atanshi. I would love to have my own Mercedes-Benz Club Black. So I'm gonna try it. Obviously, I'm not gonna get anywhere close to what this is because I don't have the formula for that. All right, so I'm gonna start it out with ISOE Super. ISOE Super is like the normal stuff that this would be at. So, and then I'm gonna try to aim towards, here, I'll just put something in. I'm gonna do 1 gram of it. So up here you have the perfume concentrate. So this would be like 100%, this would be 100% oil concentration. And then down here you can add your alcohol. So like if you put like, say 25, that would be a 3% oil concentration. We don't want that. So just so you aware. But I want to try to make the concentrate, just the raw perfume oil. I want to try to make that under 6 grams. I don't want to go over that because then you're using a lot of materials for each and every, batch. It just gets really expensive really quickly. So ISOE Super in the top, I think is going to play into the woodiness. And ISOE Super can be used up to 20%. I've seen it used up to like 35, 40%. So it's quite natural for that to be. Then also I'm gonna do Hedione, which is gonna fill in more of the floral nuances. And I'm gonna go half. So I'm gonna go 0.5 grams of Hedione. And then we need a musk blend. So the musk blend, I'm thinking it needs to be this like clean musk for the vanilla, but I'm also wanting a touch of like an animalistic musk in there too. And then also like embretolide is definitely going to go in here because I love embretolide. But let's start with ethylene brassylate, which is it's a vanilla musk, and I typically like to dose this pretty high. So I'm going to start with 1 gram of ethylene brassylate. I might take that down a little bit, and then I want to add galaxolide too, and that's going to give me like and I have this diluted down to 50% because galaxolide is really difficult to work with. It's this sticky resin. It's really, really goopy, and it sticks to everything, so it's really difficult to work with. So I'm gonna do another gram of that, and we're already up to 3 grams here, so that's quite a lot of material. So ethylene brassylate is a clean musk, but it's got a vanilla fuzzy undertone to it. So that's going to be great for our vanilla to kind of play off of. And then we have some galaxolide, which is a very clean musk, and that's diluted down to 50% here. And so now I want to add a brown musk. So there's a few different kinds of musks. You have like a clean laundry musk, which is very nice, laundry detergent. And then you have like deer musk, which is like really like, it smells like a deer's butt. It's gross when you smell it. And then you have brown musk, which is like a thick, it almost smells like a brown musk. It's not dirty, but it's thick. So my favorite is Muscone, I think it's called. So, and then we'll just do, we will just do 0.05 grams of that at 100%. And then also I want to add a little bit of a deer musk in here to kind of give it like a richness, but this can go down to 10% because you don't want to overdose this. So 10%, and two, if anybody is really curious, this right here, this is your percentages. So ISOE Super would be at 100%, Hedion would be at 100%, you know, so on and so forth. But we will do 0.75 at 10%. No, not 0.75, 0.075. So we're not even at 0.25% of the actual concentrate of deer musk. That's where I want it. I want it really low. So we have ethylene brassylate, we've got galaxolide, we've got our brown musk, and then our deer musk. And then I'm just gonna add some ambretolide. I don't know why I don't have that calculated in yet. We'll do 100%, but we'll just do 0.1 grams. So right now we are at a pretty high musk rate right now, but we're going to fill in the rest of it, and hopefully this will balance out a little bit more. Now that that musk is taken care of, I want to incorporate the vanilla. So the vanilla, I kind of want it to be dosed a little high, but I want it to sit roughly I want it to sit about 8%. So hopefully that's not too much. So ethylene vanillin, we'll do 100%. I have the powder, and we'll do 0.2 grams. So that puts us right around 6% right now. And after we add in more ingredients, that's gonna be lowered a lot more. So we'll go up to like 0.4. So 0.4 will put us at 11% right now. But by the time we add, you know, our woods to it, our fixatives, it should really, you know, balance out a lot more down to that like 6% or so, 6 or 7%. Now I want to add a little bit of a spicy edge to it. So what I'll do is I'll focus on the spicy aspects right now. So I love to use elamine oil. It's just so fantastic. It balances out a lot of stuff really nicely. And we will put that at 0.075. And then I want to add some frankincense. So frankincense, we'll put that at 100% is fine, 100%. And then we'll do 0.1. So right now it's sitting right around 2% or 2.6%. So that should be pretty good to move forward with. And then I would love to touch it with a little bit of nutmeg. We'll at 10%, not 0.10%, 10, and we'll do 0.1 grams of that. So just a little bit of nutmeg in there to kind of like spice it up. Even the vanilla is probably a little too high, so we'll come down to 0.35. So I'm kind of loving where I'm liking where the spiciness is sitting right now. I think I want to add a little bit of pink pepper and black pepper to kind of give me a peppery nuance to it. So pink pepper, we'll keep that at 100%, but we'll just do 0.75, and then we will do black pepper at 10%, because there's heavy restrictions on black pepper. So you maybe 0.1 at 10%. So that gives us about 26%. So now that I have some elamine, I also want to add some benzoin to this. Benzoin, I have this olfact. This stuff is really good. And I will do 10% at 1.5 grams, or 0.15. I'm really liking how everything is laying right now. We can't have, I really want to add like a traditional cleanness to this. So the cleanness is going to come from linalool acetate to kind of give it this like cleanness. And then I want to add some dihydromercenol, which is a compound that smells like a lime mixed with lavender. So what we'll do is we'll clean this up a little bit and make our base. So we'll start with ambroxan. And I like to keep this right around like 2%. So 100, we'll just do 1. That should be fine. And then we'll do dihydromercenol here, and we'll do 0.75. Actually, that could probably come up to 0.2, so 4. And then ethanol, linalool acetate, linalool and linalool acetate. So these two, so this is just to clean it up a little bit, and this can come up to 2, and then maybe, let's say 3. That's a little high. We'll do 1.5. No, we'll do 1. Just to kind of clean it up a little bit and kind of give it that traditional Cologne kind of vibe to it. This will kind of give it like this like fresh push off. And then I always love to add, there's a fragrance blend. It's called Bergamot Jivko, and it's a synthetic recreation of bergamot. And it's really good because bergamot is heavily restricted because it's photo. You can get it. It's called BF, but it reacts to the sun a lot. So, and then this can come up to like 0.5 grams. So we're sitting around like maybe even 0.4. And then I added layers here, and it messed up my text here. So I'll just clean that up. All right, so we got some bergamot here. So bergamot in the top with some linalool acetate to kind of freshen it up, dihydromercenol to kind of like brighten it up a little bit, and then ambroxan to give it that solid base. Now, I feel like the thing that we're missing here is woods and florals to kind of blend everything together. So we'll start with the florals to kind of blend everything together. So Lily of the Valley, there's synthetic raw materials, and there's materials like geranium and Magnolian. Magnolian is good. I'm gonna add some of that in here. Magnolian is really good. I think I misspelled it there, but I'll do like 0.75 of that. Actually, maybe even more, 0.15. I'm gonna add some jasmine. I have this jasmine accord. It's called jasmine special blend or something. It's really good, and I have it dosed at 20%, and it's really good at that. So I'll do 1 gram of that to kind of give it this like jasmine nuance to it. I have hedione at the top here at 14%. And so let's talk about some woods now. We need some woody characters because in Mercedes-Benz Club Black here, this one has a lot of woods, and it dries down to a really creamy wood smell. And I want to replicate some of that. So in here, there's a lot of amberwood too. So I want to start this off with, I'll just start it off with some cedarwood. So cedarwood, Texas, and we'll do 0.5 grams of that. Sitting at 10% here, maybe a little high. So we'll do like 0.3 grams of that. And then I love this Cedar Amber by IFF. Really good stuff here. It's like an amberwood cedar musky kind of smell to it. So we will put that at 0.15. And then I love to use caramel wood with vanilla. Caramel wood is super good. And we'll do this one at 0.1. Actually, we'll do 0.2 because I love caramel wood. And I really want to try out a oud kind of blend. I don't want this to be an overly dominant oud fragrance, but I want a smoky oud character. So I have this blend called Black Argowood Jivko, which is a synthetic, mixture for black agarwood, which is really nice. It smells really good. I'll do that at 100% at just like 0.075, nothing crazy. And then Gaiac wood. Gaiac wood has this like smokiness behind it. And I think I have it diluted down to 20%. And we will just add like maybe 0.5 grams of that. Great. Maybe a little low on that, so we'll just come up to 0.75. Nah, that's way too high. 0.075, there we go. All right, so kind of reviewing what we got here. So we have we have the main stuff going on here at the top. We have the fixatives, the ISOE Super, the Hedione, the ethylene brassylate, the normal stuff that goes into these things. ISOE Super is, I wanna just get that up to like 20%. So 20% on ISOE Super. So this is like, and then ethylene brassylate, this is pretty good in terms of the musk. It might come across a little musky, so we'll just take this down to 0.75. So we have roughly around 25% musk, which is not uncommon for like a designer fragrance. I'm not saying I'm a designer, but I'm just saying that that's not uncommon. And then our Ambroxan is pretty nice. It's sitting at 1.75. We could even take that up to 2. So we took that, let's take that up to 2.13, I should say. And then we have dihydromercenol, we have linenol, even this could come up to 3, bergamot, and then even some lavender too, to kind of just give it like a nice. All right, so I put some lavender in there at 100%, just 0.1 grams of lavender. So that's just gonna give it a little lavender nuance in there. I don't know if I wanna go with the lavender, but for right now, I think it's fine. I think I wanna focus more on the jasmine kind of character. But right now, I'm liking this a lot. I think it could work. I think that it's just going to require blending it and putting it together and seeing if it comes out any good. So down here where it says the alcohol and the dilutions and stuff, if you put in here, like let's say 25 grams of alcohol, that's 18% oil concentration. So that's like a Parfum version. And I think that that's pretty good. I'll keep it at that. I'll just do 25 grams. So we're sitting at a total amount of perfume for 38 grams, which is kind of high for a trial batch. But mostly the trial batches that I do, a lot of these are just like heavy ISOE Super and heavy Hedione and musks too. So all these other things are little nuances in here that really just kind of spike it up a little bit. I did add, while I was pulling some materials, I did find some other materials that I do want to incorporate with this fragrance. So the first one was this molecule. It's like a labdanum tobacco kind of resin, which is great stuff. And then I also want to add some patchouli, which is clear wood, and I just added that really low, and then benzoyl acetate to push off the floral a little bit at the top. And then Veterofix to kind of fix together the cedar. All right, so I'm all calibrated here on my, with ISOE Super at the top. And so I think it's 1.2 grams of ISOE Super at the top. All right, 1.2 grams of that. I need a beaker to put all this stuff in. And then Hedione is at 0.5 grams. And so Hedione really balances everything out. It's like it's a soft floral. It's nothing like, it really doesn't smell of anything. And when you add it to your fragrance, it kind of just like lifts everything. And it's not so, it doesn't really have that much of a scent character, but it's like soft and florally. It's in the jasmine family, so or the lily of the valley kind kind of thing. So, and then ethylene brassylate, we did stick with 0.8 of this, which is fine. I think I was roughly looking at 25% musk for this, because I feel like that is a good amount to stick by. Usually with designer fragrances, usually it's between 15 and 30% musk for a traditional. All right, so I was running really low on my galaxolide, actually. Actually, no, I have galaxolide here. I was gonna use galaxolide neat, but I decided not to because I found another one here. So 1 gram of galaxolide at 50% dilution. If nobody knows what dilutions are, it's like just alcohol. It's just mainly designed to water stuff down, pretty much. And right on the money. All right, cool. Galaxolide is done. Moving on to our brown musk here. So muscanone, I think that's the way you say it. There's a lot of technical mumbo jumbo in perfumery. It's all it's pretty much all chemical names. So and then this one was sitting at 0.5. So this is just 2 drops, and that's all you need. So most times, a lot of the times, perfumery is not adding in a bunch of stuff. You want to get your base, which is usually ISOE Super, Hedione, Ambroxan, that kind of thing. Well, Ambroxan is low, but you get your base set up, and that's like 50, maybe 60% of your formula. And then you add in all of these little nuances in small doses. All right, so this is my deer musk, and this stuff smells horrendous. But it's synthetic. It's totally safe. It's not a total toxic waste. It's synthetic. It's safe. It's just, it smells like ass. And I put 0.75 grams of that in there, and then also embredolide is next here, and it looks like this is at 0.1 grams. I had to order embredolide last minute for a formula I was working on, Neptune's Crown. I ran out of embredolide, and I had to make an emergency order to get my batch done in time. So I went over a little bit on that to 1.2. So we're just gonna punch that in there. All right, and then we're moving on to vanilla. So vanilla is a powder. It's a white powder. And what you do is you take a little pipette here, and you just cut the top at an angle to make like a spoon. And what I like about powder is you can dose it like right down to the gram. Like, it's incredible. But it's like this white powder substance here. And this is sitting at 3.5 grams. So we'll just start out with that real quick. Great, 0.3 grams, right on the money. All right, let's get into our spices here. So this is elamine, and I just have 0.075 grams of this. So I'm gonna, and this is like, I know this from just muscle memory. These pipettes, they hold 0.02 grams. So that means that there's only you only need 3 drops of this to get to 75. And it's a little off too, so that the math isn't like 100% on, because you're dealing with liquid. So like 2 plus 2 plus 2, that would only be 60. But with liquid, it kind of, jumps around a lot. All right, this is frankincense. I'm gonna just put some of that in there, and this is at 0.1 grams for that nice, I love this stuff. It's just frankincense olibanum oil. It's so nice. It just richens everything up and makes it really spicy. Nutmeg, 10%. This is at 10% dilution. You want your nutmeg to be kind of lighter, because there's heavy restrictions on it. But this is at 0.01 grams, but it's diluted to 10%. So it's the same amount, it's the same grams, it's the same weight. It's just, it's diluted to 10%, which makes it a lot, you know, lighter. All right, pink pepper. We got 3 drops of pink pepper to do. So this is roughly 1, 2, 3, and that brings us up. So yeah, I did 3 drops of the other one, and it got me 275 or 70. It got me to 0.07. With 3 drops of pink pepper, it got me to 0.082. So, you know, the weight of these materials varies drastically. And then black pepper here to kind of balance out that peppery a little bit. So nice. But this is at a 10% dilution, so this is at 1/10 of the strength of my pink pepper that I added. So, and I just added 0.1 grams of that. All right, so benzoin. This is, I have 2 different kinds of benzoins. I have the IFF version, and then I have this one, it's reconstructed, and I'm trying it out. I do kind of like this one a lot more. It's a lot sweeter. So I'm gonna use this one instead. I'll update my form when I get back to the desk. Yeah, it's a lot sweeter. And I have this at 0.15 grams. Perfect, on the dot. And this is at a 50% solution. So that was probably a little too much. So if I smell this and it's really rich benzoin, I know that I overdosed that, because I have it here at, I put it in at 10%, but I added 50%. So, but nothing to worry about. It should turn out okay. This is just a first trial batch. This is just to get my feet wet to see if I like the direction of the fragrance. All right, so we're doing that little spoon thing again, but this is Ambroxan. And if nobody has ever seen Ambroxan before, it's just little white crystals, and it smells fantastic. It really does. All right, this is at 0.12 grams. Perfect, right on the money. All right, then we're gonna move on to dihydromercenol here, and this is at 0.2 grams. Great, and then we're gonna do linalool. And this is ethanol linalool. I'm trying to two out the differences. I feel like this one is a little bit more zingy and fresh. But I feel like mixing the two are a good option too. All right, so 0.3 grams of linalool. And this is just a design to kind of freshen it up so it's not so base heavy. I have a feeling that this is going to be a really base heavy fragrance. I feel like in my later batches, I'm gonna have to improve on that, kind of freshen it up in the top a little bit. But right now, I think, honestly, it's gonna turn out okay. I've been thinking about this fragrance for a while, and so I'm really excited to give it a shot. So this is Bergamot Jivco. So this is a reconstruction of bergamot oil. And it's so fantastic, it's so nice. But this is at 0.4 grams, quite high, but it's gonna freshen everything up a little bit and give us a top bergamot note. All right, this is Magnolian. So this is like a lily of the valley kind of material. It's designed to kind of like give a floral nuance. It's a little oily, but it's pretty just like florally fresh, which brings a nice smoothness character to it. And then jasmine. This is Jasmine Specialty. This is from IFF, I believe so. And this is at 0.12 grams. I'm just gonna do, yeah, actually there we go. So 0.2, it might be a little jasmine heavy. Jasmine is very potent, it's very powerful. Cedarwood. This is Virginia cedarwood. I wanted to try this one instead of Texas, so I did Virginia. And this is at 0.3 grams. And I went a little high on that one, but just by 1 drop, so. All right, and then cedar amber. Let's get some of that in there. This stuff is excellent. It dries down to this like dry cedar wood smell. It's really great, but you just dose it, you know, to support the cedar wood, which is great. And then caramel wood. I think caramel wood is a, this is at 0.2 grams, but caramel wood is it acts as like a fixative. It's sticky, it's thick, but it's a sandalwood molecule with an amber touch to it, like an amber wood, sandalwood kind of thing. Very good stuff here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see it like really sticky and just like, it's almost goopy, but it's good stuff, good stuff. All right, black argo wood. I have this from Jivco Black Argo Wood. And this is so good. It's like a fresh oud. It's so nice. 0.075, so 3 drops. I went a little high on that, went 1 drop over, which is not a bad deal. It might be a little oudy, but not too bad. Where it's gonna get its smokiness from is Gaiac wood here. I have this diluted down to 20% because Gaiac wood is it's actually a solid. When you order it, it comes in this like solid resin. I feel like they pull it right from the tree, but same thing, 0.075 of Gaiac wood. Great stuff. 0.1 grams of lavender. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the lavender in here in future blends, but with this one, I really wanted to try it out. 0.15 grams of clearwood. Clearwood is fantastic because what it does is it's a patchouli character, but it's fresh and clean. It's like a fresh patchouli. I mean, it still has the dirtiness, but it's so toned down. All right, and then this is the labdanum tobacco kind of, this is Ambry. I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. And let's see, this is at 0.1 grams. So 4 drops, 5 drops, there we go. And this stuff, like when you order it just as is, it's this sticky resin goo. It's hard to get out of the bottle. All right, benzoyl acetate. This smells like nail polish remover, but I just want to put in 1 drop of this because it's really potent. This stuff is super potent. It's super volatile. Like the odor strength is super volatile and it just pushes off. And then 0.1 grams of Veterofix here. I went a little high on that, but Veterofix is fine because it is a cedar fixative. All right, and then all we have to do is add 25 grams of alcohol. This is ethanol alcohol. I have it in this little spray container. All right, cool. All right, 25 grams of alcohol. And obviously this is just my first batch. This is my first version of this. So let's see how it turned out. All right, let's see if this turned out okay. It smells nice. And also you got to keep in mind something is like this would age for a little while. So this would macerate and you would have a lot more, you know, time to let it sit and stuff like that. So let's give this a quick. That is really good. There is some florally aspects. The musk is actually not too strong at all. I thought it would be a lot more musky. Definitely a lot of spice in here, and definitely like the vanilla is ever so present. It's almost got this like cakey vanilla. I think what I need to do is add a little bit of a different kind of vanilla too. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll take down the vanilla a little bit and then add in just vanillin, not ethanol vanillin. And then maybe even to adding some tonka bean to this would help it too. But actually it's very smooth and I really do like this a lot. Actually, wow, that is really good. It's clean, it's smooth, it's actually something really, really nice. And I really love the smokiness from the Gaiac wood and the black arga wood that's in here. It gives it this kind of like oody, rich character that's just hidden in the background. I'm definitely smelling, so I only added 1 drop of the benzyl acetate, and I'm smelling it. It's in the top, it's very present. So that's one of those notes that you have to dilute down to 10% and then add in maybe 4 drops instead. Very good, very good. This is a really good starting point, I think. I think honestly, I'm gonna bring up the brown musk a little bit and the embretolide. Actually, no, those are fine, really. I think the musk is really nice in here. The frankincense is perfect. I think it's sitting really well. I might even take it up a little bit and just play on that frankincense note. And then, you know, actually the benzoin is not too bad in here. Actually, it could go up a little bit, but really happy with that. Caramel wood is excellent in here too. And the lavender too is giving it this like really great feel to it. And even the clear wood too. The clear wood could most likely come up too, but I don't want to make it overly patchouli. I want to kind of focus on this kind of style. Definitely getting close to that. This, I don't want it to be the exact same, but I want it to be in the realm because this is the kind of fragrance that I want to create. Anyway, hopefully this video was informative. This will be my next kind of release that I'm going to try to be putting out. I know Neptune's Crown is like on its way, but I'm trying to, you know, I'm just loving perfumery right now. So it's hard to put out a fragrance with all the distribution and all the bottles and stuff, but playing with perfumery is so much fun. Let me know if you have any input, if you're interested at all and I missed or skipped over something. This video was packed full of information, so this will probably not get a lot of views, but you know, I'm not looking for the views. I'm just trying to put my experiences out there. Love this stuff a lot. I'm gonna fix it up a little bit, touch it up a little bit, but it's a perfect first batch because now I have something to work with and play off of. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you next time.